Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Fitness Goal Friday. I'm pumped that you guys are spending the time with me here today. If you're still new to this segment of the podcast, then every single Friday I post a Fitness Goal Friday where I talk about a fitness principle, a fitness piece of advice, a goal-setting principle. I talk about stories from my clients or stories from myself, successes we've had, challenges we've had, failures we've had, because over this past year, throughout the entirety of 2020, I've coached probably around 100 clients to get closer to their fitness goals, whether it's the 5 group programs that I've been doing or the individual coaching that I've been doing. And I've just learned so much. It's been such a good training ground for me to be able to learn about how we can get closer to our fitness goals. And so I want to be able to start sharing that knowledge with you guys and be able to help you out at a higher level with getting closer to your fitness goals. Now, last week, we talked about the importance of making promises to yourself and seeing your commitments as promises, as unconditional, as I'm going to do that thing no matter what. And I talked about an amazing story about one of my clients and him doing push-ups on the side of the road. So if you didn't listen to it, you need to make sure you go back and listen to that. But today I want to talk about how with your fitness goal, with chasing out your fitness goal, it's not just about what you do. It's about how you do it. And the thing that first comes to mind when talking about this is some of you might know that back in 2019, I took on a goal or a video series called 52 Gyms in 52 Weeks, where the entire year of 2019, thank God it was not 2020, I went to a different gym and I documented my experience there. I did a 1-minute video, a 1-minute episode of my experience at every single gym throughout the 52 weeks. And I hit a lot of different workouts. But anyway, the point is this. One of the most common questions, I guess, is obviously what was your favorite gym? But the other most common question is, what did you learn from it? Like, what is your biggest takeaway from going to 52 gyms in 52 weeks? And the thing that I keep coming back to is there are a lot of different workouts there. There's a lot of different workout styles, but most of them can help you get closer to your fitness goal is. Now, obviously, it depends what your fitness goal is. Like, if you want to be more flexible, yoga is obviously going to help you more. If you want to be a better runner, obviously you need to go to a class with more running. If you want to get stronger and you need to go to a certain class. But the idea is I know that I could go to each of those 52 workouts and get a good workout in. Why? Because it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. And I know how to work out, right? I know how to get a good workout. And so I could go to those workouts and get something out of them because it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. And think about it. If I had a client who told me that they wanted to lose weight over 10 weeks and through the first 6 weeks, they didn't see any kind of progress on their weight. And they come to me, Nick, why am I not seeing progress? I'm working out 4 times a week. Why am I not seeing progress? My first question wouldn't be, oh, you know what? We need to bump it up to 5 workouts, or we need to bump it up to an hour-long workout or an hour-and-a-half long workout. No, that's not the first response. The first response is, okay, what do the 4 workouts actually look like? Are you pushing yourself? What kind of weight choices are you using? Where's your heart rate been? Are you doing more aerobic activity, anaerobic activity? Are you doing weights? You doing cardio? There's so many details inside of the what that we have to dive deeper into first. But that's kind of the problem with this is it's so easy to think just about what you do because that takes less energy. That takes less time to figure out what it is that you're doing. It takes more energy, more time, more analysis to figure out how you're doing it. Because if you're not having success working out 4 times a week, then I promise you it's not about the fact that you need to work out longer, you need to work out harder, or it could be harder. It's not the fact that you need to work out longer or you need to work out longer. I'm blanking. But anyways, it's about the details of your workouts. That's what is causing you to not see the progress that you want to be seeing. And so that's why we need to dive into the how. We need to dive into the details. And so another client story is I'm working with somebody on gaining weight right now, which is a cool experience because most of the time I work with people on how to lose weight. And so it's a new challenge to work with somebody on how to gain weight. And this particular client, he's struggled to gain weight his entire life. I think he's 5'8" and 100 pounds. And he's always somebody who's enjoyed working out, but has never been able to keep on weight. His metabolism is crazy fast. And so through the first 10 weeks that we worked together, he actually got COVID. And so that held back a little bit of our progress, but he ended up gaining 5 pounds over the first 10 weeks. So he got up to 105, which we were stoked about. But the next step in the process was, okay, how can we be more efficient? How can we optimize the current habits that we just formed? And so he was working out 4 times a week. So now we're going to work out 5 times a week because I know the details of his workouts are good. I know the details are good because I'm the one providing the workouts. So now we're going to bump that up to 5. But the biggest thing here is he was eating 2,500 calories a day. And he was pretty darn successful with that throughout the 10 weeks, especially the last 4. And so I kind of thought that he was maybe going to make a little bit more progress in the last week or 2. And so I'm like, okay, it's not about necessarily needing to eat more calories right away because I'm confident in the 2,500 number for you. And I'm confident in the workouts. So let's think about what those calories need to actually look like. We talked about the macro breakdown of carbs, fat, and proteins. Now, I'm not a huge fan necessarily of counting calories or macro breakdown, but in certain circumstances, it's very applicable. In his situation, it definitely is applicable. And so we said, okay, 2,500 calories are good, but your macro breakdown needs to change. So it's not about what you do. It's not about the 2,500 calories. It's about how you do it. It's about the macro breakdown that we're going to start to tweak, that we're going to start to adjust. So basically the main takeaway I want you to have from this is if you're starting to progress or you want to progress towards your fitness goal and you start to take action, you start to follow your strategy, and then you get to a point where you're plateauing, don't change the strategy necessarily. Don't think about what you do. Think about how you're doing it. Think about the details of the workout. Think about the details of your meal. Think about the details of what's going into your strategy. And you might need to tweak that, or you might need to ask better questions as to how you can tweak that strategy. So again, it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. And the last thing I want to end on with this is I coach people all the time with workouts. And with a lot of workouts, we have timed intervals. Whether it's a 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, whatever it is, we have timed intervals. And every single time, I probably see 90 to 95% of the people start the interval late and end the interval early. And maybe that wastes 4 or 5 seconds. But they do that 10 times in the workout. And they do that 5 days a week. And they do that 52 weeks out of the year. Like, how much does that add up? Not only to the mental side of things of like having the confidence that you're willing to start on time and finish on time, but the physical side of things. Like you miss 1 or 2 reps every single interval, 5 intervals a workout, 5 days a week, 52 weeks out of the year, you are holding yourself back. So again, it's not about what you're doing with the workout. It's about how you're doing it. Are you starting on time? Are you finishing on time? So I hope you guys spend a little bit more time thinking about the details of your strategy to get you closer to that fitness goal, because that is one of the biggest things that people go wrong. They think that if I'm not seeing progress, I need to change my entire strategy. When it's like, no, you might just need to change the details of the strategy. So last week we talked about following through with promises that you make to yourself. This week we talked about it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. Next week, we're going to talk about how learning from success, learning from winning is actually more important than learning from failure and learning from losing. I'm super stoked about that because so many people think it's the other way around, when I believe it's important to learn from your failures, but it's more important to learn from your successes. So I hope you guys start to look at the details of your workout, because it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. I hope this helps you get closer to your fitness goal, and I hope this helps you get closer and closer to your best you.